am Jeff.
I am Hanny.
Welcome to this month's Window on the World. Today we'll be reading part 2 of an article entitled Celebrate the Spring with the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
That's right. In part 1 of our lesson, the author mentioned a few cherry blossom festivals held all over the world. She mentioned cherry blossom festivals in Japan, Taiwan, and South Korea.
She has been to these festivals, and she has found them to be marvelous. Simply marvelous. This year, though, she won't be visiting a cherry blossom festival in Asia.
Nope. She'll be visiting the National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C., and that's in the USA.
It's the capital of the USA. How about that? Anyways, this is an interesting festival. First of all, it's pretty big. More than 1.5 million people visit this festival. Second of all, the cherry trees that are a part of this festival aren't American cherry trees for the most part.
Right. The festival features 3,700 cherry trees, and 3,000 of these, though, were a gift from the mayor of Tokyo in 1912. So a lot of American cherry trees at this festival are actually Japanese.
How cool. Okay, it is now time to review today's vocabulary. Then we'll return and begin reading and discussing part 2 of today's lesson. See you soon.
好，我们今天要来看看华盛顿国家樱花节的庆祝方式。国家樱花节为期3周，那么以精彩的风筝节揭开序幕。那这期间呢，有很多活动是跟日本文化有关的，游客可以看到日本艺术家的传统表演，还有日本石灯笼的点灯仪式。在这个节庆里面呢，可以体验到许多好看好玩的事物哦。我们来看今天会用到的4个单字。第一个单字 kite。Kite 就是风筝，它是名词。我们通常会用 fly a kite 来表达放风筝。例如 The kids were flying kites in the park. The kids were flying kites in the park. 孩子们在公园里面放风筝。下一个单字 artist。Artist 它是指艺术家，是个名词。像是 She's a talented artist. She's a talented artist. 她是个才华洋溢的艺术家。第3个单字 lantern 这个名词它是指灯笼，像 Lantern Festival 灯笼节，那就是元宵节咯。好，我们用这个单字来造句。He took a selfie in front of the huge lantern. He took a selfie in front of the huge lantern. 他在那个巨大灯笼前面自拍。好，那么最后一个单字 beauty，它是名词，来表达美或是美丽，也可以用来指美丽的人啊，或是景物。例如 Be sure to take your time to enjoy the beauty of the old town. Be sure to take your time to enjoy the beauty of the old town. 一定要花时间慢慢的享受那座老城镇的美。好，那么现在看完单字例句，我们来读课文吧。
The festival is 3 weeks long and full of fun events. It starts with an exciting kite festival, and I plan to join the kite flying competition. I won't have time to do everything. However, I won't miss taking a bicycle tour of the tidal basin. I won't miss the traditional shows with Japanese artists either.
Explanation 1.
Welcome back to A Window on the World. Let's start reading from part 2 of an article called Celebrate the Spring with the National Cherry Blossom Festival. Okay, bring on the cherry blossoms.
You mean bring on the Cherry Blossom Festival, the National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C.?
Of course. I was just trying to show you how excited I was to get started. Bring today's lesson on. Let's learn everything we can about this festival.
Okay, well, the festival is 3 weeks long and full of fun events. Sounds good, right? Right. Teacher Daphne?
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 3 weeks long， 意思是长达3周。Long 是副词，表示历时多久时间。使用的时候摆在时间名词后方，时间名词加上 long 就是长达多久。我们来看个例句 ：The Olympics is over 2 weeks long。奥运长达2个多礼拜。
And we're back. Thank you, Teacher Daphne. Okay. The National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C., well, it's amazing. It lasts for 3 weeks and is full of fun events.
Oh, yeah. The first of these is a kite festival.
Huh?
Kites? A kite festival.
Wait. Where did the cherry blossoms go? Kites? This kite festival better be good.
Oh, it is. It's quite exciting.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay, the main festival starts with an exciting kite festival.
An exciting kite festival.
And the author plans to join this kite flying competition.
Good for her. Okay, kites are okay, I suppose. Anyway, the author continues her piece by saying, I won't have time to do everything. And that makes sense. Kite festivals do take a lot of time.
Well, there's that and some other things too that she doesn't want to miss. She tells us about the first of these next. She says, however, I won't miss taking a bicycle tour of the tidal basin. Hear that? She will definitely be taking in the tidal basin. Will you be there too, Teacher Daphne?
第二则文法是 somebody won't miss 加 VING 或名词，意思是某人不会错过点点点。否定助动词 won't 是 will not 的缩写 ，will 是助动词，意思是会 ；not 是否定副词，意思是不 ；miss 是及物动词，意思是错过。后方接名词或动名词，说明错过的事物。我们来看个例句 ：Corey won't miss the flight. Corey 不会错过班机。又例如 ，Rosabelle won't miss attending classes. Rosabelle 不会错过上课。第三则文法是 take a tour of place， 意思是参观、游览某地。Take 是及物动词，意思是执行。三态是 take、took、taken。Tour 是名词，意思是观光、游览。后方用介系词 of 引出观光的地点。我们来看个例句 ：Celine took a tour of Paris. Celine 游览了巴黎。
华盛顿国家樱花节呢，是以风筝节来揭开序幕。那么课文作者说，他打算要参加放风筝比赛，而且他还要骑自行车游潮汐湖。好，补充单字 competition 就可以用来表达竞赛、比赛。那么 tidal basin 是指潮汐湖，它是个知名的赏樱花地点。这个湖畔边呢，你可以看到整排的樱花，非常美丽哦。Okay, it's almost time for a break. In the next sentence, the author tells us about another thing she will not be missing out on at the National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C. She says, I won't miss the traditional shows with Japanese artists either.
Ooh, now those sound good. Anyway, it is now time for a break, but don't go away. We'll be back right after I fly a kite.
I'll also be there when they light the Japanese stone lantern. It was another gift from Japan and is almost 400 years old. There's so much beauty and fun at the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
Explanation 2.
Welcome back to part 2 of this month's Window on the World lesson. Let's finish up our article titled, Celebrate the Spring with the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
Okay, there will be lots and lots of blossoms at the National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C. But there will also be other events and festivals there too.
Yup. Bring your kites, everyone. Yeah, your kites. And your bikes, too.
Very funny, but it's true. The main festival begins with an exciting kite festival of sorts. And you can also take a bicycle tour, too.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Also, don't forget the traditional shows with the Japanese artists. The author of our article will surely not be missing these shows.
Yep, and that's not all. She says, I'll also be there when they light the Japanese stone lantern. Wow.
Japanese stone lantern in Washington, D.C. I'd be willing to bet that came from Japan originally too. Just like the cherry trees.
You are right about that, Jeff. The author says it was another gift from Japan and is almost 400 years old.
And 400 times more exciting than kites. Anyways, it's pretty amazing. I don't know what to say.
Me neither. But the author does. She wraps things up by saying, there's so much beauty and fun at the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
I couldn't have possibly said it better myself.
Indeed. Okay, with that, this month's A Window on the World lesson is now officially complete.
Right. And that means it's time to fly a kite. No, that means it's time for a break. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Celebrate the spring with the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
The festival is 3 weeks long and full of fun events. It starts with an exciting kite festival, and I plan to join the kite flying competition. I won't have time to do everything. However, I won't miss taking a bicycle tour of the tidal basin. I won't miss the traditional shows with Japanese artists either. I'll also be there when they light the Japanese stone lantern. It was another gift from Japan and is almost 400 years old. There's so much beauty and fun at the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
Bonjour! Have you ever tried a delicious baguette? Every day, French bakers wake up before sunrise to start making baguettes for their hungry customers. Baguettes are also called French bread, French loaves, or French sticks because of their long shape. Baguette actually means wand or stick in French. The bread is a simple but important part of French culture and cuisine that started at least 200 years ago. The crust has to be crispy and baked to perfection in a special oven. A law passed in 1920 saying that bakers were not allowed to start working until after 4 a.m. That led to the popularity of baguettes because that could be prepared quickly. Now, bakeries all over the world make baguettes. For breakfast, French people put butter and jam on the bread and dip it into a bowl of coffee or hot chocolate. Sounds good, right? Here, try a fresh piece of baguette right out of the oven. Here is more information. Average. Last summer was hotter than average. Ban. Dogs are banned in this restaurant. Consider. I consider him a good friend. Crust. Ian likes sandwiches with the crusts cut off. Diagonally. Liz normally cuts her sandwiches diagonally. Expose. Chris exposed his skin to the sun for too long, so now it is red. Loaf. We just baked a loaf of banana bread. Maximum. The elevator can hold a maximum number of 10 people. Typical. This painting is typical of her work. Yeast. Yeast can be used in making beer. Doesn't the baguette sound like a really wonderful snack? I hope I can try one soon. And hope you get to get one too. See you next time.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 又到我们1分钟的单元喽。那我们今天是用1分钟的时间来复习4个单字，还有造句练习。同学们，您都准备好没？好，1分钟计时，开始。第一个单字是风筝，风筝怎么说呢？叫做 kite。那注意放风筝不是用 put， 而是用 fly， 就是让风筝飞起来 fly a kite。Okay, the kids had a good time flying kites。小朋友们放风筝玩得很开心。第二单字呢是艺术家，艺术家怎么说呢？你知不知道艺术美术叫做 art， 后面加上 ist 变成 artist 就是艺术家。Greg is a street artist。Greg 是一位街头艺术家。第三单词是灯笼，灯笼叫做 lantern， 像 sky lantern 就是天灯。Okay, everyone felt excited as the sky lanterns rose into the sky。当天灯升到空中的时候，大家都觉得好兴奋哦。好，第四个单词呢，它可以指美丽、美或是美丽的人或景物，这个字叫做 beauty。那它的形容词 beautiful 就是美丽的，我们用 beauty 来造句。The island is famous for its natural beauty。那座岛屿以它的自然美景而闻名。好，太好了，我已经在1分钟之内复习完4个单字喽，同学们表现很棒诶，那记得还是要多多复习哦。我们下次见，拜拜。
See you next time.